All right, let's start. You're good? Okay, cool. Yeah, I think you're in a nice shady spot. So start in a child's pose, but start with your knees together if that's comfortable. For some reason, child's pose is not comfortable. You go on your back into what we call Supta Baddha Konasana. It's a butterfly pose on your back. So if you could bring your feet and your knees together or closer together, if it doesn't work, Mitch, just go normal, traditional child's pose. However it feels best. I'm just, yeah, you're like, that's not happening. Right. It's a child's pose. Any way that works for you. If you can have your arms forward, that's great. If you need your arms kind of by your side body, do that, but turn the palms up. Yeah. If you need something underneath your forehead, listen to what your body needs. Anchor. Spread your lower back across the ground so you begin to feel the lower spine getting a nice opening. Bring your chin away from your chest, bring the front of the forehead to the mat if possible. And connect to a nice smooth inhale through your nose and a nice smooth exhale. Sarah, we'll move you over a little bit because we'll put Lauren right there. Right here. Thanks. So Ujjayi breathing. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose, through the back of your throat. Good. Spread your palms really wide. Curl the toes into the mat. And as you start to come up, what I want you to do is hover your knees so you're like this. Yeah. So just hover your knees. Your toes are curled and you're hovering. Your neck is neutral. Your hands are pressing firm into the mat. There's a broadening of your upper shoulders. You almost have to round your spine a little. Yeah, and you're hovering. And you want to feel your thumb, your index finger, your baby finger spreading across the mat, the creases of the wrist forward. And very slowly with your arms straight, start to lift your hips, your seat up and back, and start to spread your toes and lengthen the backside of your body as you come into this first down dog. And then you may need to rearrange a little, right? Take up a little bit more space on the mat. Maybe soften behind your knees a little bit if your hamstrings are tight. Maybe wiggle a little right, a little left. Whatever it is that you need to do to just begin to feel. Let your head just be free. Yeah. And then pick a dristi. I know that's hard for a lot of us. That's one of the hardest parts, aside from Shavasana, is to find that place of focus. So just do the best that you can. If you find yourself kind of darting around, totally normal. Let the head just be neutral. Let it hang. Move the shoulders away from you. That was good. And then in time, you begin to lengthen the back side of your body. So the hamstrings get a little bit more open as you begin to hold. Maybe the heels, the center of the heel gets a little closer to the ground. Stay with it. Just hold yourself up in the strong downward facing dog. Plug down to create more space for you. And then roll forward to a strong plank right here. From down dog to plank, I find the first time around, sometimes you need to rearrange a little. Yeah. Check in with the wrists and make sure that they're forward. Yeah. And that the index fingers aren't turning in. Yeah. They want to be directly forward or a tiny bit turned out. Contract the navel to the back of the spine. Bring your weight forward on your tippy toes, ideally, and lead with your chest. Yeah, you want to lead with your chest, but not with your head and neck. So that's the sensation. Your neck is neutral. And if it's too much, you drop your knees. It's fine. It's not a problem. You're kind of honing in here. You're breathing, you're sustaining, you're maintaining. You're finding a strong place of kind of your core. More weight forward. Micro bending your elbows if you need, if you feel like you're going into the joint, stay with it. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, find length, find space, find determination. Inhale, look forward to the front edge of your mat, hips up and back, downward facing dog. So you're kind of found your spot here. Happy or sad, it doesn't matter. Roll forward again, plank, all the way forward into a plank position. It feels better the second time, sometimes. You're like, it never feels better. Contract the belly to the back of the spine. Yeah. Lower halfway to a push-up chaturanga. Drop your knees if you need support. Re-straighten your arms to a plank. Pause. Everybody drop their knees down. Yeah, but when you drop them down, drop them behind you a little. That's it. Keep the toes curled into the mat for me. Good. Now lower halfway to a supported chaturanga with your knees down. The knees are behind you though. That's it. Re-straighten your arms. Supported plank. Bring your weight more forward, Sarah, towards me, and then lower halfway to a supported push-up. You could just lower an inch too. Re-straighten your arms to a supported plank. Keep your drishti, your focus on one spot. Do it again. Lower halfway, supported push-up. Re-straighten your arms, supported plank. Two more. Halfway, supported push-up. Re-straighten your arms, supported plank. One more, halfway to a supported push-up. That's it. Re-straighten your arms, supported plank. Lift the knees, plank position, hips up and back dog. So those are good options. Look forward. Glide your right foot all the way forward and through into a low lunge. Yeah. So you're in a low lunge. And you want to kind of make your right foot so it's a little to the right, beyond your fingertips. You want to lead with your chest. This is a good spot if you had two blocks. Most of us don't. If you do, they can go under one hand and the other hand. You want to feel like you're pulling your chest through your body and contract the back left leg like a lot. So your back leg is like it's in plank. On your exhale breath, you're going to straighten out your right leg, scoop out your belly, and round your spine. And you may or not be very far from your leg. Don't force it. Rebend the right leg, lead with your chest. It's a slow movement. Do it again, straighten the leg, very slow, scoop out your belly, round in. I'm on tented fingertips, guys, and it helps. Good. Try it again. Rebend the leg, the front leg bends. You lead with your chest. Straighten the leg, scoop out your belly, let the head fall. Rebend the leg once again. Plant your hands from here, step to a dog. Glide your left foot forward, big step. Take a big step beyond your fingertips, pause. Contract the muscles around the back right thigh and the back right kneecap. Squeeze the glutes strong. Beyond the fingertips, feel like you're leading with your chest without yanking your neck forward. So it's a little bit of a back bend. Squeeze the muscles of the right quadricep and glute more. Yeah, so you're fine tuning things here, and you can always use blocks or be on your fingertips. Straighten the left leg on track. Keep the back leg where it is. Scoop out your belly and round into yourself. Rebend the leg, lead with your chest. So it's kind of like a hinge movement. Yeah. Straighten the leg, scoop out the belly. The leg does not have to go pin straight, round into yourself. Again, rebend the leg, lead with your chest. It's like you're doing an up dog. Contract the back leg, straighten out the left leg the best that you can and round into yourself. Rebend the left leg, pause, plant the palms in one motion, see if you can step to a dog. Good. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. So it looks like this. Beyond your fingertips again, or use blocks. Back leg strong. Outer hip hugging in. I know it's been a while. Yeah. If you do a lot of other stuff like bodybuilding, if you're a bodybuilder, this is really just like, yeah. My sister-in-law's a bodybuilder. It's gonna start telling people, yeah. That's what we do in our family. Breathe. Plant your palms in one motion, step to a dog. Here we go. Left foot to the outside of the left hand. Do the best that you can. If it's a little bit like, funky, you do it. Be on your fingertips. You can always place one block. This is another option right here, and that's going to help you lead. You want to lead with your chest. Grip your left hip in strong. Plant your hands. Step to a dog. Step your right foot directly through low lunge. Listen carefully. Be on your fingertips. Straighten the right leg on track. Fold into yourself. If you need more, you flex your foot. You lift your toes up. That's going to give you more of a stretch. If you have hamstring issues, don't do that. Place the foot down. Rebend the leg. Lead with your chest. Good. Plant the hands down. Step to a dog. So we're going to pick up the pace a little bit, but nothing crazy. Left foot lands. So you're in a low lunge. Be on your fingertips. You take a second. You get your shit together. Then you straighten the leg. And if you want more, you flex the foot. Obviously, palms down is going to be more intense. Lower the toes, rebend the leg, lead with your chest. Hands down, step to a dog. Right foot steps to the outside of your right hand. Mm-hmm. Good. Just pause. So your hands are set up, your arms are straight. Use your core muscles to step back to a dog. Good. You're doing great. Left foot to the outside of the left hand. Your arms don't really move at all. Back leg strong. Use your core muscles, your obliques. Lead with your chest. If you need a block, you use it. Hands stay down. Don't move anything. The leg steps back. Dog. One more time. Right foot lands, low lunge, be on your fingertips. Lead with your chest. Straighten the leg. If you need to, you flex the foot. If not, the toes stay down. Breathe into the hamstring, scoop out the belly. Lower the toes, rebend the leg. Left hand down, right arm up, easy twist. I use a block here. So you could slide a block to the instep, stack the two shoulders. If having the arm up isn't great, the hand just goes on the flat part of the back. Never yank your body into positions that don't feel like, they're meant to go there. Grip your right hip in strong. You got it. Your breath is free flowing. You're not struggling. Well, you're struggling, but you're not, paying too much attention to it. Look down, right hand to the floor. Step to a dog. Left foot lands, low lunge. Come to your fingertips, pause. Lead with your chest. Straighten out your left leg. Flex the toes if you want more. Scoop out your belly. Steer your hips back. You're high on the ball of your back right toes. Rebend the front thigh. Lead with your chest. Right hand down. I've been using a block. Left arm open. Nice, Mitch. Really nice. Grip the left hip in. Back leg strong. Squeeze into the center line. Look to the floor. Place both hands down. Pause. Step to a dog. One more time. Right foot lands to the outside of the right foot. Listen carefully. You can use a block if you need it. Keep this shape. Right hand's going to come down. You're going to caddy the right arm, and the left arm's going to open up. It's a little different. That's it. So the back heel is staying in the lunge. And you should really feel this through the back left hip flexor and thigh. Nice work, guys. Look to the floor, left hand down. Set up the hands first, arms straight, plug up the core, step to a dog. One more time today, left foot lands outside of the foot. Do this much first. You check in always. Left palm's gonna stay down. You can slide your hand to a block. You kind of want to caddy your arm to the inside. Grip your left hip in and then slide your right arm up. So you're getting this openness of the chest. The back leg is super strong and engaged. Anyone starting to sweat here? Yes. Look down, both hands to the floor. Pause, step to a dog. Roll forward plank. Bend your elbows in half, chaturanga. Now you drag yourself through a smooth up dog. It should feel pretty good. If it doesn't, you'll back out and take a cobra. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Be still. How are we doing over there? Great. You got your own private yoga studio. Yeah. This is the summer of having your own space. Yes, this is the summer of space. Yep. Look to the top of the mat. You can step, you can float your feet there to get there. It could be a crawl too. Long spine, weight is forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Root to rise, come all the way up, anchor. Drag your hands to prayer at heart, drop your arms and stand still. Just a couple broken down A's, and then we're gonna move on to some B's. Arms reach up, look up with the eyes. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let the head go. Come to the fingertips to prepare. If the hands don't make it, they just slide to the shins. Weight is forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Just like this, nice and smooth. Arms reach up. Dive over bent knees. Always bend your knees. Let your head go. Come to the fingertips to prepare you. Exhale, fold again. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Everyone's so chill and relaxed. This is awesome. Arms reach up. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine prepares you. Exhale, folds you. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Feet together, feet separated. You pick, sit into a chair. So you decide how it feels better for you. Chair pose. Stick your butt all the way back. Weight is in your heels. Yeah. I have more success recently with having my feet a little separated. Yeah. Dive over bent knees forward, fold, let your weight carry you forward. Long spine sets you up, step or float through your vinyasa. You pick how you want to move. Maybe you want to skip them. Just go to a dog. Up dog is smooth. Hips up and back, down dog. So your right foot's going to land forward in a low lunge. I'm going to come up to a crescent lunge. Yeah. You want to sit deep into your front thigh, back leg strong, and your hip points, they're forward. So if you feel like your whole body is dumping down, you got to lift up through your hip points, through your waist, through your arms. Good. Good. Arms are going to drop down just like this. You're going to lean forward and you're going to float. Balance may be crappy today, but that's okay. Lift up your chest more, Erica. Okay. And then float warrior 3. And if you need a block in the center, you can always have your hands down to kind of help you out. You want to steer your left side down and your chest, like we've been practicing, higher than everything else. These look great. Palms always face down, Erica. See, there you go. Lift your chest more, your collarbone up. So as you step back, you're turning the back foot into warrior 1. Do your best work. Warrior 1. It may not be the most perfect warrior 1. That's never perfect. Grip your right hip in. Turn your left ribs towards me. Yeah. And activate, press through your feet, your legs as you reach up. Look up with your eyes. Hands come down to frame your front foot. You move through a vinyasa or you step to a dog. When you get to this down dog, land your left foot forward, arrange your feet, back leg strong, come up crescent lunge. So just do the crescent lunge first. Okay, Lauren, I'm gonna have you do this. Bend your right knee in half, take your hands and literally move your hip points up. Get heavier in the front thigh, good. Then crawl your arms back up and then see if you can straighten out your leg. It may or may not go straight. Good work. Drop your arms by your side body, palms down. You kind of want to lean forward a little bit and then launch off. Do it slow. Steer your right thigh towards the ground. Lift your chest higher and micro bend your left leg. Yeah, palms down. You got it. Lift your chest, Erica's up higher. Back leg strong. Whole torso facing towards the ground. Yeah. As you step back, turn your back foot in a warrior 1 position and see if you can land your feet, warrior 1. May or may not work. Steer your right ribs forward. Sit deep. Yeah, turn your back foot more towards the doors. Yeah, sit deeper. Actively press to the outer blade of your back foot. Hands come down, vinyasa, or right to a dog. So vinyasa can include a push-up, a modified push-up, none of those things. Good. Just step your right foot forward, turn your back foot strong, warrior 1 from this position and see how it feels. Feels easier. Yeah, hopefully. Warrior 1. Better. Hands come down through a vinyasa. I just step to a dog sometimes. When you get there, the left foot lands, the back foot turns. You set up from the ground up, warrior 1, come on up. You want about hip width distance between your feet. So press strong through the outer blade of your back foot, and that's going to give you some power. Hands come down through a vinyasa, push-up position, through a chaturanga, upward facing, hips up and back, downward facing. Deep breath in, full breath out, just be still. Looks good, guys. Look where you want to go. Step or float your feet to the top. You can also just walk. Long spine on the inhale, keep the weight forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Sit strong into chair, and if you prefer it with your feet a little separated, just separate them. Press up to stand up, drag it to prayer at heart, drop your arms. Reset, here we go. Arms reach up, sit deep, chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine sets you up, step or float through your vinyasa. So everyone's is gonna look a little different. Upward facing, legs are strong, hips up and back, downward facing. Right foot lands, back foot turns, warrior one. You take your time. If you have an aversion to warrior one, you take crescent lunge, a little wider in positioning. So walk the right foot, Erica, a little to the right. I have 3 Ericas. So if your name is Erica, just have to listen, right? Yeah. Hands come down through a vinyasa or not. Upward facing pulls you through, hips up and back, downward facing. Left foot forward, back foot turns, warrior one. Set it up from the ground. Yeah, you take your time. Hands come down to the floor, step to a plank. So I know a lot of times you kind of want to fly through. Go on a bike ride and bike fast. Yeah, get it out that way. Up dog, down dog. Go on your Peloton, get it out there. Downward facing is where we meet. Look where you want to go, step or float to the top. Get there light. Long spine, weight is forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Sit again into a chair, weight moves into your heels. Check in, are you breathing? Or are you just like powering through? Shoot up to stand up, hands to prayer, drop your arms. Arms reach up. From the top, we go, it's like a dance routine. Sit deep, chair, far from it. Dive over bent legs, forward fold, let the head go. Come to the fingertips, that's gonna prepare you. Step or float through your vinyasa. Nice, Anna, up dog. Hips up and back, downward facing. Right foot lands, back foot turns, warrior one. Secure the position of your feet, then come up. Back down we go. Everyone's moving a little bit different, that's fine. Legs are strong and up dog. Hips up and back, down dog. Left foot forward, back foot turns, warrior one. Back down we go, kind of your own tempo. Plank to a chaturanga. Upward facing, hips up and back, downward facing. Be still. One more. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top. Get there lightly. Long spine prepares you. Exhale, we fold. Sit again into a strong chair. Press up to stand up. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go. Arms reach up. Go strong. Sit deep, chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Let the head go. Long spine sets you up. Exhale, step or float through a vinyasa. Up dog pulls you through. Legs are strong, press through the hands. Hips up and back, down dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns, warrior one. So if I'm talking too fast, you just slow it down for you. If it's not fast enough, you go faster. Hands come down, plank, chaturanga. Up dog, legs strong, nice. Hips up and back, down dog. Left foot forward, back foot goes on an angle, warrior one. Back down we go through a vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe your right leg up and downward facing dog, only hip height. So just lift it up hip height. Flex the foot strong. And like you did in that warrior three early, make sure you're not opening your hip. So with the right leg up, breathe that right thigh up a little higher. Lower the right leg down. Yeah. So do it slow. Breathe your left leg up into a three-legged dog. So you want to lift from the inside of your thigh and use your core muscles. Keep wrapping the sides of your triceps together. Plug down. Lower the left foot. Do it slow. With your feet still separated, roll forward to plank. Breathe your chest through your body in plank. Lift your right foot an inch from the ground. Yeah, if it's too much, you just drop to a tabletop. Lower the right foot, do it slow. Lift your left foot just an inch from the ground. Lower the left foot. Breathe your hips up and back, down dog. Roll forward plank one more time. Stay in plank, lift your right foot an inch, stay here or lower halfway to a chaturanga. Keep the right foot hovering, straighten your arms, three-legged plank. Lower the right foot. Lift the left foot, let it hover. You can drop down to your knees if it's too much. Stay here or lower halfway. Keep the left foot hovering, straighten your arms. Lower the left foot, halfway down to a chaturanga. Drag yourself through a smooth up dog. Stay in the up dog. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Nice work. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top. Get there light. Long spine, weight is forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Sit into chair, weights in your heels. Press up to stand up. Drag your hands to prayer. Have a block at the top of the mat. If you don't have a block, you could use a water bottle. We're very creative in our outside yoga life movement. Yeah, stand with your feet hips distance apart. Your right leg is going to be the balance leg. Your left leg's coming up into a tree. Yeah. So listen, the tree pose can be like this. It can also be like this. Like no one says it needs to be up high. No one said these poses need to be any sort of way. They need to be the way that works for you. And that's going to be different for everybody. Right. The only thing I'm going to tell you is make sure that your foot isn't pressing into the instep of your knee. Right. You could keep one hand there. Your hands can crawl to a prayer. Your arms can crawl up towards the sky. You may need to go towards the table, towards some space to hold you up. Look up with your eyes a little if you can. Now the feeling is grip your hips in strong. Erica K, just switch legs. It's okay. Take your time. Grip those hips in strong. Perfect. Stay with it. Your hands are going to come to your hips. Pause. The right leg's going to stay strong. You're going to start to lean forward into a half moon. So what's going to happen is you're just going to unravel, reach for a block. Your left hand will stay on your hip and you'll open slowly into a half moon. It may take you out. That's the point. The point is to get in different ways. Use a block. You can always restart again. Perfect. Turn your whole body towards the sofa. Use the block on the highest setting. Yeah. Here. Here's mine. Yeah, it's going to be better. Watch your right foot. It has a tendency to want to turn. And think of your right leg as Tadasana. Yes, it's got to be straight. It's got to be gripping in and it's got to be forward. Your left arm spreads up high and then your whole body and ribs turns towards the person or whatever, towards the right. Lift from your inner left thigh and stack your body up nice and light. And if you fall out, you restart again. Couple more breaths. Good. Keep the right foot as it is. Look down, giant step back, warrior two. And you may need to take a second to kind of recreate the shape. We haven't been here yet today. Warrior two. Right foot is forward, left toes are turned in and your heel to arch. Your arms spread across your body and you look out towards the grill. Yeah. Perfect. And breathe your chest open as you roll your right thigh open. Yeah. Then use more of your left arm to pull across your chest. You can really stand up in the pose. And then once you kind of find it, pick your dristi, whatever works for you. Get heavy in the front thigh, let the right thigh kind of open and the tailbone drop. Close your eyes for the last 5 breaths. And the mind and the body start to play nice games on us. See if you can just resist all of that and just become present. Stay with it. Keep the shape of your legs, blink your eyes open, flip your palm, reverse the warrior, which is a subtle movement. It's a side body opening. So you go a little backwards first. And then you come back to warrior two, reach out in front of you, use a block or a tented hand outside a foot for extended side angle A. So use the block to the outside of the foot. Yeah. Left arm extends up or comes up and forward. Arm can also just rest on the top of the thigh for the modified variation. which is quite good as well. Yeah. Grip the right hip in strong. This looks great. Turn the bottom ribs. Make a connection here. Right thigh, right arm. Yes. Stay with it. Keep scooping up that right hip. We're staying a little longer today, I know. Press strong through the left leg. Yeah, contract all the muscles along that left quadricep and kneecap and keep turning from right to left. Look down, circle both hands to frame the right foot. You're in a low lunge, pause. So this movement is slow. Right knee is gonna come to the outside of your right tricep. So it's like plank with your right knee towards the outside of your right tricep. Stay here. If you can play with lowering halfway to a chaturanga, do that. Straighten your arms. Slide your right foot back, bring your feet together. Lean onto your left hand, Vashisthasana. I'll show you the modified version that I've been doing. It's like this. I use a tented hand. But ideally, you're working to stack 2 feet on top of one another. You can stagger. Good. Top arm spread straight up towards the sky, or it can wrap up and forward. But when you turn your arm up and forward, you want to make sure that you turn from your bicep down. So the baby finger points towards the floor. Yeah, Erica, see, come to your fingertips. Yeah, see how that works for you. Breathe your chest open. Yes, and then look up. Plank position, do it slow. Move through a push-up or go right to a dog, you pick. Once you get to the dog pose, exhale your breath out. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top. Aren't you excited? You get to do it again. Long spine, weight is forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Sit into a brief chair, kind of just a transition. Press up to stand up, drag it to prayer. Before you move on, have your block here, and it's a good schwitz today. Separate your feet, stand on your left leg. But it's like a natural sweat, so it's pretty nice. Take your right foot up into a tree. This is a great mashup. Yeah, hands to prayer. It is. Grip the hips in strong. And then pick a focal point, something to focus on. Maybe the arms grow up. Maybe they don't. Okay, take your right hip out towards, yep, and then hug your hips in. You got to hug them in. It's hard. And then grow your waist up towards the sky. Maybe look up. Anytime you balance, you anticipate falling. Stay with it. So keep the shape. Don't lose it. Bring your hands to your hips. Go to your hips. It's easier. Left leg strong. Hug up. Start to move slowly into your half moon. Definitely reach for something, a block, a tented hand, half moon. The block needs to be a little bit off the edge of the left baby toe, a little forward. Yeah. Keep the right hand on your hip. Move the block, Erica. Okay, a little bit more forward. There you go. Perfect. Good work. There's no perfect yoga pose. It's good alignment. That's what we're working for. Flex the foot. And when you fall out, that's just a good sign. It's a good sign that you're playing your edge. Keep your left foot forward, guys. Yep, keep gripping your left hip in strong. Stay with it. And maybe you play with where your eyes go. All right, get light in your bottom hand, but keep your left foot where it is. Take a giant step back, warrior 2. And it's not always the prettiest transition, so take a second. Get your feet set up. Good. Yep. Open up your arms, spread your torso wide. And just for a second, look towards your back right arm. Yeah, and lengthen that arm towards the back edge of your mat without straightening your left leg. Yeah, breathe across the collarbone and the chest. Turn your left thigh to the person or the object that's behind you so you can open up your hip. Lengthen the tailbone down. And then you pick your dristi and how you want your hands to be. None of that really, I don't care. It works for everybody. And then close your eyes and just become strong and fierce in the pose. That's it. Get out of your own way. Stay with it. The eyes open, the shape stays, flip the palm, reverse your warrior. So you go back a little, like you kind of tip back a little without going into your low back. Breathe yourself back up to warrior two, and then you find extended side angle A. So A is outside a foot. If you don't have a block, your arm just rests on the top of the thigh. I like a tented finger, but you want a strong shape, a strong 90-degree angle of your front leg. Yes, so bend deep into that thigh. Perfect. Grip the left hip in under you. Turn the bottom ribs. You want to turn those ribs. There you go. Right arm can just reach straight up or it can come up and forward. It's up to you. Make the marriage between the outer part of your thigh and the inside of your arm. And then make the connection to your breath. So you're just not holding the pose, you're becoming the posture. You're in the pose. Back leg strong. Stay with it. Keep bending into your front leg. Yes. Three more breaths. Not what you want to hear, I know. Look to the floor, circle both hands down. Peel your right hip up, pause. So you were here a bunch before. Hands go flat, back leg strong, left knee to the outside of the left tricep. You want to just keep the hip points squared. Stay with this. Activate the arms and the back leg. Yeah. Lower halfway to a chaturanga if you're adding more. Nice work. Re-straighten your arms. Slide the left foot back into a plank with your feet together. Lean onto your right hand for a Vashisthasana side plank. I'll show you the modification again. Your right knee is underneath your right hip. The right hand can be flat or tented. The left leg can be lifted. Breathe your chest open, look up. Maybe slide your top arm up and forward. Nice work, everyone. Look down, plank slow. Move through a push-up. Upward facing slides you through. Hips up and back, downward facing. Land your right foot forward, crescent lunge. Keep it going. Crescent lunge. Yeah, we're playing odds with the sun. So we got to finish before the sun hits us. Otherwise, we'll really melt. Hands to prayer. Inhale the breath. Lean out in front of you a little bit. Air twist first. So don't just go for it. Air twist first. I like doing this because it kind of reminds you like what's happening. Back heels lifted. And this is a good spot to stay, especially if your lower back is sensitive or shoulders going, something's going on. If you want to get in there, the nitty gritty, hook in, lean back a little, and then open up your arms. Yeah, drop your back knee down if you need less. This looks great. Nice work. Really nice, Mitch. Lean the upper torso back. You got it. Nice, Nancy. Nice, Dara. You're hovering and holding. I like that. Look to the floor, place both hands down. Pause. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Sit into chair. Weight moves into your heels. Slide your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. You can air twist to start and then get in there if you're ready to hook. You don't always have to go to the deepest spot to have the experience. Weight stays in your heels. Two knees stay aligned. Go the other direction. The Erica's over here. Go to the right. Yeah, go to the right. Yeah. It's like a domino effect normally. Keep sitting though and watch that your left knee doesn't slide past your right. So maybe you don't want to open up your arms if that's happening. When you start to kind of check out, come back to your breath. Weight in your heels, pull around to chair and commit right here to chair. Press up to stand up. Keep your arms up. Draw your right leg up just like this. So a couple options, guys. You can grab, you can crisscross the foot at the wrist like this. This is one option. So you just crisscross at your wrist. I'm going to give you 3 different options, Lauren. So if you're like, I can't grab my foot with crisscrossed wrists, this is one option. The next option would be for people who want to hinge the leg forward. You'll kick your leg forward with crisscross wrists. The third option is to create a basket underneath your thigh. But what I want you to do is get your shoulders, drop them down, and use your core muscles to hold your leg up. So if you're going to hinge the leg forward, that's fine. Try and do it with crisscross wrists. Yeah, soften the shoulders down the back, and everyone's zipping up the left leg, no matter where they are in the pose. That's good. Breathe your chest open, lengthen your tailbone down, and plug your left foot into the mat. If you hinge the leg forward, rebend the leg, meet those that are there. Yes, everyone keep the shape of the right leg and sweep your arms back up. Don't let the leg fall. Flex the toes strong. Drive the right leg back, crescent lunge. If you need to rearrange your feet, you do so. Back leg strong. Slide the hands to a prayer at heart. Inhale the breath, lean out, air twist first. Back heel lifts, Laura, if you can. Back right heel, let it pop up. Let the heel turn up. There you go. And then if you want to get in there, hook the elbow and get in there. If you need to back out of it, you drop the back knee. It's still a challenging pose. If you want to open up your arms, you can. If you want to slide your arms into any sort of bind, you do that. There's a leaning back in any way you're choosing this. Nice work. Grip the left hip under you and twist open. Couple more. Kind of the nitty gritty. Yes, right here. Look to the floor, place both hands down, pause. Walk the left foot to the center and spring your right foot forward. Long spine on the inhale, exhale, fold, sit into chair, weight moves into your heels. I know, it's an exciting posture. Drag the hands to prayer at heart. Inhale, your breath, you can air twist, which is how I've been practicing a lot, just kind of hovering. Or you can get in there if it feels good on your low back, neck, shoulders. Weight stays in your heels. Yeah. Keep the weight in the heels and watch the right knee. We have the tendency to slide that knee forward. Open up your arms if you want a little bit more, or just stay. It's getting you. Sun is getting you. Weight in your heels, stay with it. More breath and a little bit more feeling. Don't be afraid of the feeling. Chair pose. Shoot up to stand up. Keep your arms up. Stand on your right leg and just draw your left leg up. Just play with balance. Left leg bends up. So a couple options. First one would be to crisscross at your wrist. If you could remember which crisscross you did, good luck. Grab the base of your foot and just stand up tall. This is great for the core and the chest. If you're extending the leg forward, that would be your next step here, or the rest of us are just going to create a little basket, like a shelf. But I want you to really let your shoulders draw down your back, activate your right leg, and practice standing up tall. Flex the toes, because that's going to activate the psoas. Stay with it. If the leg went forward straight, rebend it, meet us here. And then everyone create a strong 90-degree angle and just sweep your arms up. Keep the lift of the thigh, keep the strong shape in the body, and then take a giant step back to a crescent lunge on the right side. Arrange the feet. Yeah. Take the hands down to the instep. Yeah. Walk the right foot over to the right, drop the back knee, please, to start. Yeah, so we kind of prep for this early on. Couple options. You can just stay here. This is great. And I like taking lizard with the arms out and wrapping the right arm, the right leg around the outside of the right tricep, as I'm showing here. I want everyone's foot forward today. Then if you want more, the back knee can lift. So you decide how much you want to be in this pose. I personally have a lot of sensation just being here. Palms are flat like down dog. They could be more under you if that feels better in your chest. More forward is going to create more tension in the core. And then just let your head be kind of soft. Close your eyes and breathe. Don't roll to the outer blade of your right foot. Keep your foot driving forward, your knee forward. There you go. And then breathe your chest through your body. Perfect. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Activate your back leg. Spread your hands around your right foot. So now you're just in a traditional lunge. Bump your back foot in. Slide your hands to your hips and pull yourself up. So walk the right foot to the right, and we're going to do this. Open up your arms. I know your neighbor's nearby, but you can cactus them if you don't have the room. Palms go open. Yeah. So you're really breathing that chest open. And then begin to turn to the right. Everyone's going to go towards the right. Yeah. You're going to stay very upright. This is a good spot to check in. This could be the pose for today. Your feet are about 3 feet apart. Your legs are strong and your hips are moving back. Stay with this, or left hand can slide to the front of your right shin or a block to the instep, any direction. Right arm can stack on top, or your hand can be on the flat part of your back for twisting triangle. Anchor through your feet and your hips and your legs. I just had to fix my mom in this pose the other day. This is where you want your hips to be. That's it. There you go. Nobody, you wouldn't be able to do that yourself. There's no way. It probably feels weird. 2 more breaths. Stay with it. Contemplate life right here. Look down, place both hands to the floor. Good. And float the left leg up, standing split just for a breath or 2. This is where if you had a handstand practice, I'd recommend doing it, but we're not doing that outside on the brick. Good. Giant step back in that lunge and step through a dog or a vinyasa. You pick how you want to move at this point. Downward facing dog is where we meet. The left foot's going to step all the way forward to the outside. Go wide. Drop the back knee and set up for lizard right here. Right. Back leg can stay lifted up off the ground. Hands can be firm underneath the shoulders, or you can play with walking the arms out. So if you walk them out, you want to focus on wrapping your knee around the outside of your tricep. And then maybe the back leg lifts. Breathe your chest through your body. Yeah. So your arms are like down dog arms. And let your head just be free if you can. Stay with it. Two more. If the back knee is lifted, lift it up. Split the hands around the foot so you're in a low lunge. And then bump the back foot in like a lot. So it's about 3 feet. Walk the left foot a little to the left. Bring your hands to your hips. Pull yourself up. Rearrange the feet. Make sure they're about hips width distance and 3 feet apart. Open up your arms wide. Breathe your chest open. Hips are back. Yeah. Pivot your torso now to the left. Stay very upright. Yeah. Reach back more with your left arm. And then look forward and start to lean out and slide your right hand to your left shin or to a block. Any angle. Hand can go to the flat part of your back. Yeah, this side looks better, Lauren. You want to feel like someone's got you by a bungee cord. They're pulling your hips back. Legs are strong. Nice work. Erica C, turn the block forward so the wrist, yeah, is forward. There you go. Nice work. Two more. Look down, place both hands to the floor. I like to kind of claw the mat and then naturally just bump your right leg up and fold over your left leg. Let your head just fall. Standing split. Giant step back into a low lunge, plant your hands, step to a plank. Drop to your forearms for forearm plank if that's available to you. When you go to forearm plank, have the palms spread across the mat or interlace them. Make sure the elbows are directly underneath the shoulders, which is not as wide as down dog positioning. So bring your elbows, Erica K, in a little closer, and then bring your weight more forward. There you go. Contract your navel to the back of your spine, breathe your chest forward, and then look forward with your eyes. Stay with it. Lower all the way to your belly for Sphinx. So Sphinx pose is a good one because it's restorative. You bring your forearms out a little further, so your elbows actually come out a little further. And I like to do it with my feet separated. A lot of teachers teach it with the feet together. I find it kind of draws on the lower back. Just breathe your chest through your body and stay here for a moment. It's hard for some of us to be in a pose like this because you don't feel like much is happening. Bring your elbows underneath you, Anna. There you go. And it's like you're at the beach and you're not trying to get sand in your mouth. Yeah. Kick your right leg up towards your right butt cheek. Keep your left arm forward, or you can turn in at any angle. Reach back and grab from the outside. And then just let your right foot fall into your right hand, but breathe your chest forward. So get real heavy in your right hand and your right foot. Flex your right foot. Yes. Let your right thigh stay down and turn your chest forward. So look forward. Keep pointing your left toes and keep the toes down on the left leg. Yeah, top of the left foot down. Let that go. Right forearm down, back to Sphinx. Right hand down, hand forward or on a little angle if it's better for you. Reach back, grab your ankle from the outside. Yeah, so the knee stays right behind you. You're grabbing from the outside and you're just getting heavy in the hand and flex the foot. So you should actually feel this more across the left thigh. Yeah. Pull your chest forward. Let the foot go, Sphinx pose. Yeah, walk the forearms back underneath you, curl the toes into the mat, pull yourself back up to a forearm plank. Forearm plank, and then hand to hand plank position. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Slide your right knee forward for a half pigeon. Yeah. Half pigeon and fold. It's not a super long hold. We've done a little bit of hip opening. Let your body just kind of melt into it. Now, this is where like your thoughts start to come back and you're like, oh, all the things I should be doing or not doing. Just stay present. Take the left thigh and turn it more towards the ground. There you go. Downward facing dog. Just step through to a down dog and land your left leg forward. Just a seamless movement. Stay in the trance. Half pigeon on this side. Steer the right thigh down. Yeah, you got it. And then fold. Sometimes you feel a lot, sometimes you don't feel as much. Good. Use the strength of your body. Start to come up. Swing your right leg forward. Bend your left leg in half and lower yourselves down onto your back. So 2 back bends here. You're going to lay all the way down. And if you know you need your block for more of a restorative back bending, bring it with you. Set up your feet to their hips width distance. Fingertips always skim the backs of the heels. Lift the tailbone up. Yeah, either shimmy a block underneath your low back or clasp your hands, or I like robot arms. So robot arms, the back of the triceps kind of pressed down, and then there's a lift of the tailbone. The thighs drive forward. You're breathing from your tailbone to the backs of the knees. The neck is neutral. If you're on a block, stay. If you're not on a block, exhale your breath, lower down. Set up for round 2. If you're on a block, you're welcome to stay with that or lift the legs up. If you're going up for a full wheel, flip your palms, bring your chin to your chest, take a giant breath in, exhale your breath and bring yourself up. So any version of a back bend. If you're on a block, you just want to lift one leg, then the other leg. Go ahead and do that slow. You can even try clasping the hands around the block. Yep, you got that, Amy. Nice. There's a hugging of the shoulders. Make sure the knees are forward. Turn the feet forward, the knees forward. Exhale your breath. If you're up in a full wheel, start to come out with control. If you're up with your legs up, bend the knees in half. Take the feet flat to the floor. Once they get there, remove any objects out from underneath you and let your lower back spread across the mat. Reach for your knees. Give them a squeeze in towards your chest. Squeeze in tight. Good. Take the legs straight up towards the sky so they're directly over the hips. Flex your feet. Reach your arms straight up towards your toes so your arms are directly in line with your fingertips. So your arms reach up towards the sky, your feet flex directly over the hips. Lift the shoulders, the back of the head up, and draw yourself towards the sky. So you're not drawing yourself towards your toes, you're going straight up. There you go. Keep the neck long. One last thing, keep the lift of that body. Reach your arms forward and lift the back of the shoulders, the neck up more. If you want to lower the legs on an angle to work the core a little bit more, give it a go. If not, keep the legs straight up and hold for the last little bit. Hug the knees in towards the chest, give them a squeeze. Good. Drop the knees over to the right and the upper body to the left, so a supine twist. So keep the knees like up a little closer to you so they're in line with the hips. Yeah. Come up through center, draw the knees in towards the chest, get them close to you, and then drop them over the other direction to the left. You want them up a little higher in line with your hips. Yeah. You kind of cactus the arms. So if you're going to do that, Erica, bring the feet closer to you, a little closer. Sit up a little taller. There you go. Good. Come up to center. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Give them a good squeeze. And find Shavasana, complete rest. Extend the legs out. I know it's the hardest pose, but give yourself the opportunity. Exhale your breath and just relax. Make yourself comfortable. Draw a deep breath in. Smooth exhale breath out. Arms reach up over the top of the head. Give yourself a pretty large stretch. Hug your knees to your chest. Give them a big squeeze in. And rock up however you wish to. Yeah, if you're at home, you can just stay down. You can ignore us. Sit up nice and tall. And if you can, keep your eyes closed for the final moments. We just got a cool breeze. Sit up nice and tall. Just feel your practice in your body, how it affects your body, your mind, your spirit. It's kind of amazing how you can hopefully have a shift just in 60 minutes. Bring the hands to a prayer, bow your head, always leaving your mat with a little bit of gratitude or a lot. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Awesome job for those in person. Awesome job for those that are at home.